And
I'm Maddie.
And this is our presentation over the perception of dreams. All right, why is there not much info on dreaming? Dreams are hard to study because they take place entirely in the mind of someone who is not conscious or able to communicate at the moment. Scientists do not yet have the tools to study them directly, and scientists also have to rely on a person's memory of a dream, which is not easy to do. Personally, when I wake up in the morning, half the time I don't remember what I'm dreaming about. So that can make it hard to study. And also with our technology today, the only things that we can study relating to dreams are brain waves and the areas of the brain that is activated when we are asleep.
So why exactly do we dream? No one knows why we dream, but there are many psychologists that have theories as to why we do, since there's no exact cause. The first theory is Freud's wish fulfillment theory, and in this theory, he states that any thoughts or feelings that we have when we are awake, that we feel threatened by, we repress and disguise in our dreams. He also believed that the true meaning of the dream is in the unconscious, but the dream itself can be recalled at the conscious level. The next theory is the reverse learning theory, and in this theory, it states that we want to clean out our memories from the day that we don't really need, that are unnecessary, so we are not overloaded with different memories in our conscious memory. The next theory is that we dream for survival and that our daily lives are inputted into our dreams so that we can reconsider and process what is going on in our daily lives during our dreams. The next theory is the activation synthesis theory, which is that there is random electrical energy during REM sleep, and neurotransmitters are sent to the brain, which makes our scattered memories on all different parts of our brain formed into a logical storyline. And the last theory is the activation input mode, or also known as AIM, and this one is one of the most popular theories. And this one talks about that there's a neural activation that's either low or high, and it depends on how conscious one is during their sleep and the stimuli that is being sent to them, whether it's external or internal, that is the reason our dreams can be one way or another, or is why we dream. The next topic is REM sleep, or rapid eye movement sleep. And when we're in REM sleep, the brain blocks sensory input, which mostly blocks our visual input because our eyes are closed and we are not receiving any visual signals, but we do receive signals from smells, sounds, feeling, and taste. And then the thalamus, which you can see in the left diagram, it has increased activity, and this is because it either cuts off or sends sensory signals to the brain. And mainly in our REM sleep, we are cutting off all of the visual signals and many of the other sensory signals as well. So that is why it is more activated during REM sleep. And instead of sending those signals of our senses, it is sending images and sounds to our dreams. That's why they are incorporated into our dreams instead of hearing it on the external level. So thus our perceptions in dreams cannot be from the outside world or outside inputs. They are more from in our head and what our brain is sending from our memories or already known sounds and visuals. And a fun fact is that those who are born blind or congenitally blind experience dreams with an increase of their other senses, such as sound, touch, taste, and feeling. And while they can have some visual imagery in their dreams. It is not super common, and they don't have a lot of it, and it might be very basic of what they believe things to look like, but most of it is really heightened of the other senses. The next topic is the brain and how it knows that we're dreaming and how it knows to go to sleep. So the thalamus, which I mentioned previously, cuts off incoming signals during our sleep. So this is why we can't get that sensory input at all. And then the cerebellum, it has our muscle control, and it's active during the REM stage. So this is where we aren't going to be able to stand up or do any motor movements while we are sleeping. And then the amygdala is sensitive to sleep deprivation, why you get cranky when you haven't slept enough. This is where our anger is more activated during this. So if we do not get enough sleep, we tend to get angrier. That is why this part is more activated during sleep. The hypothalamus controls the body's cardiac rhythm, which is pretty much our body's time clock. So if we know to go to bed at 10 p.m. every night and we go to bed at 10 p.m. every night, the hypothalamus will be the reason we always know our schedule and we always know to go to bed at that time. The hippocampus is where our memories are transferred from short-term to long-term in the cortex during sleep. So this is kind of brought up in some of the theories where our memories, say from our days, then they're kind of pushed down into our unconscious mind, into our long-term memory, where we clear it out of our head. And instead of just thinking of it today, it'll be stored away for a long time. And the last part is the prefrontal cortex, and it's active during lucid dreaming, which we will talk about later. So here's some about sensory and dreaming. So in an experiment, one of the researchers put pressure cuff on legs of the participants, and they would squeeze it at random points and put pressure on the leg, and then they would wake up participants at random points of dreaming during the night and had them record how they felt during the dream or what was happening during the dream from what they could recall in their memory. And a lot of the participants said that the dream included a tingling sensation or up to the paralysis of a leg in the dream because of the pressure cuffs. In a similar experiment, they had a flashing red light while the participants were sleeping, and then the participants report seeing flashes of lights in the dream, or that they would switch dreams, switch scenes after they saw a flash of light, so that they were picking up on the sensory signal of a light being flashed while they were sleeping. So too strong of a sensory signal will wake one up. So with the flashes of light, it was just quick and short so that the participant would not wake up. But say when you wake up in the morning and your room's completely light and the sunlight's flowing in, that is a very strong signal where it will wake one up. Same with alarm clocks, because they are very loud and they are constantly going, that it will wake us up. Or if someone's pushing us or pours cold water on our face, that will wake us up because those sensory signals are very strong and we'll be very sensitive to those even though we are sleeping.
All right, so this is the second part with sensory and dreaming. During the day, the mind registers a lot of stimuli preconsciously, and we don't even realize it. And this stimuli provides the main source of day residues. These day residues are already influenced by unconscious wishes and revealed primary process transformations. These are, in a way, ready-made dream contents primed to be taken advantage of when a person is sleeping. And this happens when another current of unconscious influences play upon them, developing these stimuli into dreams. So, for example, this is like seeing someone during the day, and then whenever you're dreaming, they're also in your dream. Or if you're dreaming about something that you've been thinking about and has been really weighing on your mind, this is also an example of that. All right, so as mentioned before, lucid dreaming is another form of dreaming. In lucid dreams, sleepers are aware that they're dreaming and can sometimes even control their surroundings in these dreams. In regular dreams, people are cognizant of objects and events in the dream, but they're not aware of the fact that they are dreaming, and they cannot distinguish the fact of if they're awake or if they're asleep. Regular dreams can occur in different stages of the sleep cycle, while lucid dreams are more likely to take place during REM sleep. And in this photo, it shows the blue is like light sleep when you're falling asleep, the red is deep sleep, and the yellow is REM sleep when most of the dreaming and lucid dream happens. All right, and another part of dreaming that's often talked about is dream analysis, which is a technique that's used in psychotherapies where the content of dreams is interpreted to reveal underlying motivations or meanings. A common dream that people often talk about is dreams about falling, which is interpreted to mean a need to rethink a choice or to take a new path in life, or a fear of doing so. Another common one is a dream about being chased, which can have multiple meanings. If you're being chased by an animal, it could mean you're hiding from anger, passions, and other feelings. If you're being chased by a stranger, it could mean childhood experience or past trauma in your life. And if you're being chased by a member of the opposite sex, it can be seen as a fear of love or being haunted by a past relationship. Another common dream is dreams about dying, in which could mean anxiety about change or fear of the unknown. And lastly, dreams about a cheating partner, which is a common one, which has to do with issues of trust, loyalty, and communication in a relationship, or that one might not be getting what you need out of that current relationship. All right, and here are our sources. Thank you for watching.